policy in the dorms?
That is a broad question. Can you specify what kind of pet you would like to bring into the dorm?
Oh, nothing too crazy. I'm just thinking of getting a cat.
Oh, that is absolutely allowed. For sure.
Just a normal cat, like a regular cat. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make a note to see if you can get assigned one of the regular dorms that's sort of facing outside so you can have a place to let the cat out.
Yes.
And I think if I ask nicely, I can get makeshift to make like a little outdoor play area for the cat. Makeshift likes building things. You're welcome to stay in the Institute as long as you would like. You are also welcome to, if you ever want to come crash on my couch, you're welcome to that if you want.
We'll see how the vibes go.
I'm proud of you for doing this, by the way.
Well, I haven't really done anything yet.
Well, I mean, you left home and turned away from what you know, and now you're doing something that your parents absolutely do not approve of. That's not easy.
I'm a teenager. That's what I call fun.
Well, I'm sure it'll make a pretty great hero, too. And she continues talking you through how things work at the school. There is a mentor program that they usually have running, but as far as she knows, there's currently no mentors available with your specific skill set. But one will be provided when they become available. And until then, she talks you through like all the classes. There's some courses and workshops that you're required to go to. Some things that are like optional that she suggests. Where you can find the training for people who have the ability to manipulate electricity, as well as practices with magic as you do. And you are then free to go on about your time at the Institute. And what does the following month look like? As you are getting settled in to this place that is very different from where you grew up.
Yeah, I think for the first, basically the whole month, the dorm space is just blank. There's not a whole lot of personal items, just some fun clothes, but not really any knickknacks or posters that really get put up. None of the usual, move in, make the space, just kind of there still. Like, I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to keep this yet. It's just a little hesitant. Gotta ease into it. Except for a large pile, like a big jar full of quarters.
Absolutely. Around one of the comic areas, not comic areas, common areas, because there's at least one common area on each floor. We're in a comic book world. I can't talk.
They're all comic areas.
It doesn't take you long to find which one has the arcade games and pinball machines. They are made with like advanced or very modern tech, but you are able to find one that is very much in the classic arcade pinball machine style.
And that's where you can find me when I'm not doing homework.
You try and make any friends in that first month, or?
Not actively. Like, if somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm just like, hey. So, what's your hero name? You got a cool theme? But mostly you just, like, keep to myself.
Yeah, there's a large variety of names and costumes. Just a little bit of everything. Different people with different power sets get very wildly different ideas from what their suits should look like. And it's very entertaining to just sit and people watch.
Plenty of colors.
Just so many colors, and some of them do not go well together.
That would probably be another thing that I would do, is if I'm not working on school or playing pinball, probably just like sitting on a bench in a common area with a little sketchbook, drawing all the different people going by. And it's like, yeah, just existing in the world. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. I think for the first month, like, people are friendly towards you. Some people just say, like, hi, or engage in a little small talk. I don't think you make any, like, instant besties. But, I mean, people are mostly friendly. No one seems to have connected where you used to be. You are able to avoid drip drop.
It feels like people are just kind of letting me exist without wanting things from me.
It is kind of weird. You were very relieved later on to find out the drip drop actually graduated. So is not actively attending school. Had just come back to visit some friends. But you do see Hubris around and manage to avoid them, because you get the vibe as not someone. He's a bully.
Yeah, we don't like those. They're everywhere.
Just in general, would you like to roll to pierce the mask?
The face has a 7 again. Because of course it does. I rolled 7 3 times.
Alrighty then.
That's just a 7.
We'll just kind of like skip over the questions, but as you're just people watching, you do spot someone who seems to be people watching and interacting at about the same amount that you do. Like, it's someone that's trying to not be noticed, just trying to get used to being around people.
I feel like after a few times of this, just kind of like give a little wave.
Give a little wave back. I imagine this is near the end of the month and eventually they talk to you, or sometimes you'll sit next to each other and eat, and you find out they got a bit of a similar background, except for they're first generation super. But one of their parents is currently in prison for theft. There was a bank heist.
Ah, vintage.
Yeah, one of their parents got caught. So it's currently just them and their mom. And it's a little awkward because some of the people that caught their dad go to school here.
Oh, yeah. That's rough.
Yeah, like, yeah, that happened, like, right as I started coming here.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. This person's androgynous, they, them. And you quickly learn that part of their power is interacting specifically with metal. They can control metal, because sometimes, and the few times they get to talking, they'll just be like gesturing with their hands, and you notice the spoon on the table just kind of follows around, and there's like a little coin rolling around.
Cool. We can make an electromagnet.
That could be interesting.
We could probably make a really big electromagnet.
What would we do with that?
I don't know. Move cars and stuff?
At the very least, it could be a fun way to test out how our powers work.
Yeah, we might want to... Yeah, I think we could maybe get approval as an experiment sometime.
Maybe.
Otherwise, that might be a real easy way to get detention.
Yeah, I'd rather not get kicked out, because it kind of... I need the superhero thing to work so I can help back at home.
Yeah, I need the superhero thing to work, because I just want to be a superhero.
That's a pretty cool goal.
It's what I've got.
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out. I don't even know if I want to do the full superhero thing. All I know is it's a little tricky as they accidentally send, like, the coin they're playing with, like, flying across the room and it just, like, embeds into, like, a cabinet door. Oops.
Yeah, control's a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's a big part of why I'm actually registered at the school and not just doing auxiliary training downstairs. I've got control issues, but that specifically. So they kind of said you need to, like, you need more hands-on help. So that's why I've got the quick, so I don't remember what his name is. This person started around the same time you do, just, like, gesturing back to someone who also has control of metal to the point where their entire, like, super suit is just, like, metal that they've had to encase their body, and it moves and warps with them, and they can basically create whatever they need whenever they need it.
Huh. They wear clothes under that?
I don't know.
I don't want to find out. But I can't stop thinking about it.
Maybe I could find out without, like, fully finding out, because it's like find out without seeing something that can never be unseen.
Exactly. Plus, like, how you're supposed to have layers underneath, like, your armor and your chainmail, your corsets even.
Yeah. They look down at their suit, and you get the immediate feeling they're not that well armored.
I mean, this is just my training suit. I don't know what the real one's gonna look like.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about when it comes to figuring out how to do the whole superhero thing.
Right? Names are hard.
Yeah. Also, just, like, how do you even decide that that's what you want to do? I mean, I'm assuming that's why you're here, right? How did you know?
That I wanted to be a hero?
Yeah.
I've got some people on the other tracks that pissed me off. You know how you watch the news and they just talk about the villains and all the bad in the world all the time?
Yeah, so you joined for vengeance, except for not specific vengeance, or is it specific vengeance? Or is it complicated? It sounds complicated.
Little column A, little column B, little complicated. Mostly, they made me angry. So I want to make them angry.
Well, I mean, spite is a powerful motivator. It's just remember that the one person said the thing about, like, an eye for an eye makes a bunch of blind people.
Yeah. Eye for an eye, whole world blind. We got cybernetics.
That is true. So this vaguely concerning conversation continues. And you stay under the radar, and you manage to make it a whole month before you run into someone who you were hoping to not run into. You run into Vector Kane. And when you run into him, you can just tell from the look on his face. He recognizes you, but he doesn't say anything. Vector Kane is tall, well-built man who dresses in a vaguely military-ish style, but it's not like a specific military because he hasn't been affiliated with a specific military in a very long time. You may be one of the few people who has any idea how long this dude's been around. And you're just walking along and you literally bump into him.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right there. You good?
Trying to be.
Roll to pierce the mask.
Don't be a 7.
As you're standing face to face with someone that you know your parents screwed over royally.
That's not what I meant. You rolled a 3.
Oof.
Wrong way. It's not a 7.
Yeah. Mark experience. Congratulations. You now have potential. Mark a potential. You cannot read his face. And I think I'm gonna have you also mark the condition afraid as Vector gets called away by someone else and saves you from any further conversation, but there's part of you that's now wondering, should I be counting down the days until he kicks me out? Because what better way for him to get vengeance on the people who ruined his life than to ruin someone in their family? Even if he's over it, you still remind him of exactly why he lost everything. You don't even know the full story, you just know it was bad. What do you do after that?
I think I'll go see if Silvera's in her office.
You go up to find your cousin to talk to her, or do you want to like ask her questions about things, or just want to end with you going into her office?
Just see if she's there, or just go in if the door is open. Like,
is everything all right?
Vector Kane's here?
Yeah, he's one of the advisors here.
How often is he in?
Sporadically, but he's not here every day, but he pops in and out regularly.
He's not going to be my advisor, is he?
Oh, no. You don't have any abilities to come in. Why, is there something wrong?
What if he tells someone?
How would he know? You don't need to roll. She has no idea about that connection.
I don't know. He knows. I know he knows. He has to know something.
As you're having your little freak out, she just gently puts her hands on your shoulders. It's going to be okay. Whatever history there might be between Vector and your parents, I don't think he's the kind of guy that would hold that against you.
Are you sure? It's bad.
Yes, I don't think he's gonna hold that against you. And I happen to know he's pretty good at keeping secrets. He won't tell. And if you need me to talk with him, I will.
No. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need any reminders I'm here. I'm not here. No. They're not here. And I'm not them. And that's not me. And I'm new now.
Exactly. It's going to be okay.
Okay.
How would you like to come to the cookout this weekend?
Sure.
Captain Formidable has them regularly, and I've got a standing invitation, and I'm actually free this weekend, so maybe we can both go.
I like free food.
Pulls you in for a very gentle hug. Like, you have plenty of room to pull back if you're not cool with the hug.
No, just kind of stands there. Not backing away, not pulling away, just...
Yeah. It's gonna be okay. You are going to be okay. You are going to be amazing. You're going to make a big difference. And you're going to be the hero your parents never expected you to be.
I hope so.
Just like pulls back and gives you one last gentle squeeze on the shoulders. I know so. You have been listening to Queen City Supers, a graveyard tape-side story using the game Masks. Masks: A New Generation is a superhero role-playing game in which a team of young heroes fights villains, saves lives, and tries to figure out who they are. Featuring Caitlin as Madigan, aka Scarlet Sentinel, the Janus. Jess as Bethany Bertolucci, aka Glider, the Beacon. Ian as Marcus, aka Kid Phoenix, the Doomed. And Brianna Jean as the Keeper and Producer.